All right, shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ha, Racha, Kodash, Mama. Double honors to the elder apostles and their elders of GMS. Double honors to my elder of this camp, Aharawan Banya Sharala. Salutations to the sincere Akim, pushing his truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm the car Kharal Banya Sharala, coming out of the Lions Den camp of Yasharala here in Jacksonville, Florida. And I'll be coming back out with another lesson. The topic of this lesson is they lay snares in private. You already know how HR Shuffle stuff get on. He have secret meetings behind closed doors, to lay snares, to lay traps, to lay pitfalls and things that'll harm the people, especially Yasharala. Just look at the G strand they done came out with, They got the G strand, stuff like that. And now they got the G strand variant, trying to issue people Zombrex and then getting an attitude with anybody taking the Zombrex. But that's a snare. That's just another one of their many snares, you know what I'm saying? The G strand and the T strand, that's just another one of their snares and their Zombrex. That's all it is. It's just another one of their snares. Another one of their traps that they lay in private to cause harm to the people. With their Esau with his foolish plans to only get destroyed in the end. But let's get to it. This is Psalms chapter 2, verse 1. This is, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? So why do these heathens rage and come up and pit themselves up against Yasharala? Why do our people or these other nations imagine a vain thing? What's vanity? What's vain? Oh, in 2050 and 2024, that's vain. That's useless. You don't know what's finna happen. This is in the Most High's hand, Esau. You don't know, but you in your vain imaginations, you're raging against our people and against the Most High. They imagine the vain thing. That's how Esau do. He imagined all this vanity, all this uselessness, all these plans that'll never ever come to fruition. Verse 2, the kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together and against take counsel together against the Lord Yahweh and against his anointed, saying, verse 3, let us break their bands asunder, cast away their cords from us. So again, the kings of this earth have set themselves up as to be ultimate rulers of this place. They take counsel together, they convene together to conspire against who? The anointed, Yahweh's chosen people, saying, let us break their bands asunder, cast away their cords from us. Because once upon a time our people was righteous and we was putting some serious behind kicking on these other nations when it came down to the law, statutes, and commandment, because we were forcing them to do right. That's the bands that they wanted broke so that they could be free to do their wickedness, just like right now. They're doing their wickedness right now. But they take counsel together. They do all these things in private, such as the G strand and the T strand. And then you're going to issue Zombrex to vindicate the problem. But let's continue. Let's go to Psalms chapter 10. We'll start at verse 2. It says, the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. So the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. And Esau, he does that all the time. It's in his pride that he persecuting the poor. Who are the poor? The poor of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Israelites, Yasharala. So it says, let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. And that's what the Lord is gonna allow to happen. He's gonna allow Esau to be taken in these same devices and traps that he's doing, setting up in private. The Lord's going to allow Esau to be taken in his own devices, in his own traps. Verse 3. For the wicked boasts of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord Yahweh abhorreth. So the wicked boasts of his heart's desire. Like I said before, Esau be like, oh, well, in 2050, that crazy talk he be talking. In 20 this and the year 39 this. we're gonna do this. No, nothing. This is let the wicked. He said the wicked boasts of his heart's desire, and he blesses the covetous, the people who covet other things. You know what I'm saying? And the people that the Lord Yahweh Bahasham Yahushua abhorreth. But it says let them be taken in their devices. So while Esau making all these plans for the next 50 to 100 years, all these traps that he got set up, he gonna be the same one falling to him. The same gin in the trap gonna fall upon him, and he gonna be messed up. I'm gonna jump down to verse 7. Verse 6. You know what? I'm gonna just read it all the way through to verse 11. It says, his ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. For all his enemies he puffeth at them. That's how Esau get out, you know. His ways are always grievous, always damaging to people outside of himself. But the judgments of Yahweh Bahasham Yahushua are far above out of his sight. And as for Esau's, his enemies, he puffeth at them. What you gonna do? I'm gonna do this and do this. You ain't gonna do nothing. You know. And then when you do stand up, you play the victim. You know, that's some aggravating sugar honey iced tea right there. Somebody poke you and jab you and poke you, and then when you react, they play victim. That's aggravating as heck. I skipped the verse. I skipped verse 4. I went from 3 to 5. Verse 4. The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after Yahweh. Yahweh is not all in his thoughts. So through the pride of Esau, he will not seek after the Most High. Why? Because the Most High is not in his thoughts at all. That's why he can say, oh, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that, and you know, and you put puppets in front of you like Buck O'Fama, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, because you know how people retarded, you know. It's like you're saying like that, but our people ain't too bright. You know what I'm saying? They're about as bright as darkness. But let's continue, you know. Let's jump down, let's go to verse 6. He said, he hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. And that's how Esau get on. Oh no, he say these things in private. He has said in his heart, in his mind, man, ain't nobody gonna take me down. I'm top dog. Can't nobody do nothing to me. And he said, I ain't gonna never be in adversity. I ain't gonna never have no problems. Well, the Lord showing him to be a liar right now with all the things that are going on in the media, with the strands, you know, and the Zombrex and stuff like that. But you think that ain't nothing gonna happen to him. Verse 7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. So Esau's mouth is full of cursing, deceit, and fraud. You know, under his tongue is mischief and vanity. I mean, he give you that forked tongue thing. Basically he telling lies and he deceiving you. Your forked tongue. You speak with a forked tongue. That double talk, that double speak, that new speak, whatever they call it. You know, he like to defame people and cause damage to people's characters to make himself look good. But it's all lies and mischief. Verse 8. He sitteth in the lurking places of the village. In the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privately set against the poor. So he sitteth in the lurking places. Let's take an example. Esau's policy enforcer force, or the police. What they used to do back in the day, you should sit back and speed trap. You couldn't see them, but they can see you and they tracking you. Well, that's the same thing that's happening here. That's the lurking places of the villages. Esau sit back. He's like a lion seeking whom he may devour. Sitting in the lurking places, in the secret places, does he murder our people? Who knows what goes on behind certain closed doors in certain places where Esau kidnap Jake and do that? He murder our people. He kill our people out there in the streets. You know, behind closed doors. And things like that. You know what I'm saying? His eyes are privately set against the poor, meaning Esau is focused on destroying the children of Israel. privately set against the poor. Meaning he sits back behind closed doors and be like, yeah, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. You know what I'm saying? Because they really trying to get us off the earth. That's really what's going on, but the Lord ain't going to allow that to happen. But Esau, he's steady making up all these plans in secret, behind closed doors. You know, and the only thing they're throwing on your face on the media is the crap. You know what I'm saying? They're just throwing that. That's all they're throwing. That. And they doing all this extracurricular activity behind the scenes. Verse 9. He lieth in wait, secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. So just like Esau, he just secretly lying in wait. He like a lion in his den. He like a lion crouched down, ready to pounce on his prey. You know what I'm saying? He catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. And how does he catch the poor? How does he catch our people? When he draws them into the net, he gives them all kind of amenities and gifts and things like that. That's drawing them into the net, drawing them right into the net. And our people are falling for it. Hook, line, and sinker. Hook, line, and sinker on dry land. Verse 10. He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. So he croucheth and he humbleth himself. He pretends like he coming in peace, but when really he got the brigade behind him, ready to crush you. And he does that so our people can fall by his strong ones, his armies, his policy enforcers, the police, you know, his military power. And he does this around the four corners of the earth. Verse 11, he hath said in his heart, Yahweh hath forgotten. He hideth his face. He will never see it. So guess what? That's how Esau is. He think the Lord ain't paying attention. He done forgot that he can just do what he want to do. The Lord see that. I'm going to read verse 13, then I'm going to go to my next point. It says, wherefore doth, it's like you, verse 12. It says, arise, O Yahweh, O God, lift up thine hand, forget not thine humble. And that's what the Lord going to do. And this is a prayer of David. This is a psalm of David. So the Lord ain't forget. He's not going to forget, you know what I'm saying, his humble, his children. He's going to rise up. And when we rise up, Esau going to fall down. Let's go to Psalms chapter 11, verse 2. For lo, the wicked bend their bow. They make ready their arrow upon the string, that they may privately shoot at the upright in heart. So the wicked, they bend their bows, meaning their lies, their deceits, their wiles that they come up with. You know, they bend their bow. They getting ready to shoot their bow at our people. You know what I'm saying? Meaning their devices, their wickedness. You know what I'm saying? That they may privately shoot at the upright in heart. You know they trying to come at the men of the Lord that's doing these videos. They've been trying to stamp lies on the men of the Lord for the longest. Black identity extremists, domestic terrorists, you know, causing riots and different things like that. Those are wicked devices and evil mischiefs that's under Esau's tongue and cursings that he's trying to put on the people, on especially the true men of the Lord. That's what he's trying to do. But these other Israelite camps, they don't matter. They got 501c3s. You know what I'm saying? They got tax exemption, so they can act retarded. Esau really trying to come at the upright of heart, the true men of the Lord, because we the ones that are damaging him and cutting him down, and he can't do nothing about it. So just like the elder said, our weapon is spiritual, Esau's weapon is carnal. So guess what? He's going to respond in a carnal manner. But our weapon is stronger than Esau's weapon. But let's continue. Psalms chapter 12, verse 2. They speak vanity, everyone, with his neighbor, with flattering lips, and with a double heart do they speak. And Esau is good at that. He loved doing that. He say one thing and do something totally different. You know, that's how they get out. You know, they speak vanity to one another. They speak a bunch of useless crap to themselves, amongst themselves, and with flattering lips, they make it sound good. You know what I'm saying? They just make it good, pleasing to the ear. You know what I'm saying? With flattering lips and with a double heart, they do speak. They saying one thing but thinking another. They thinking one thing but saying another. With a double heart, they'll tell you, we're gonna help you, and then the next minute they be like, yeah, F you. We don't want to help you. You know. So you gotta be careful. Never trust thine enemy, ever. I'm gonna jump down to verse 4. Well, no, I'm gonna go through the 4. It says, the Lord Yahweh shall cut off all flattering lips, and the tongue that speaketh proud things, who have said with our tongue, we will prevail. Will we prevail? Our lips are our own. Who is Lord over us? And that's what Esau got going on right now. The Lord says, I'm going to cut off flattering lips and the tongue that speak proud things. You know, Esau loves speaking proudly. He's like, you know what I'm saying? Speaking very proudly. You know, one of the biggest lies of Esau ever told has got our people, you know what I'm saying? Got our people thinking that he is righteous and we wicked. Even though 2/3 of our people are wicked. The biggest lie, one of the biggest things, he got our people thinking that he white and we black. When white and black does not describe a nationality, nor is it a nationality or a race of people. That's a made up social construct. Both black and white, they're colors. When you're coloring in a coloring book, you're not going to grab the white crayon and color in with the white crayon on a person that you consider white. No, you're probably going to go for either peach or some kind of like pinkish red color. You're not going to go for the color white. Just like when you color our people you're not going for the color black. You're going to pick up that brown crayon. So Esau speaks proud things, and he speaks very, very wicked things, you know what I'm saying, with his tongue, you know what I'm saying, and they think they're going to prevail, and they say, Esau says, you know what I'm saying, our lips are our own. Like Esau think he belongs to himself. He think he the man, you know what I'm saying, who is Lord over us. That's how you think. But the Lord is Lord over us. He's Lord of everything. What's bigger, or who is bigger than Yahweh Shai? Nothing. Let's continue. Psalms 37. Jump all the way to 49. 34. Psalms 37, verses 12 and 14. It says, the wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. And that's what's going on. Esau, he's plotting against the children of the Lord. He's plotting against those who speak the truth. And he gnasheth upon him with his teeth, meaning when we start telling the truth, they, you know what I'm saying, they get mad. You know, it's bothersome to them. Which I don't really give a flying flip phone if Esau like it or not. This is a job that we do for Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Can't nobody fire us off this job because nobody hired us. The only one that can fire and hire is Yahweh Yahweh Shai. Verse 14 of our Psalm chapter 37. It says, the wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. So the Lord, so it's like the wicked has drawn out their sword, their devices, their G strand and their T strand, you know, and other many strands, you know. That's their sword, their wicked devices. They bent their bow. They're ready in their weapons to try to harm us, to bring us down, because we're the poor and needy. You know what I'm saying? They slay our people. And they trying to kill anybody that's speaking in the upright conversation. Anybody in the upright conversation. If you speaking the truth, they trying to get you up out of here. They trying to move you. The deplatforming, They shutting down social media sites. They suspending profiles and stuff. They're doing all kind of manner of things to keep this truth from coming out. But this truth is like water. It's gonna find a way, and it's gonna, even if you slow it down to a drip, eventually that water dripping, eventually that hole gonna open up so that water can flow a little bit better. And eventually it keep doing it. That whole wall, whatever it is, that container wall, it's gonna break, and that truth is gonna rush forth. So Esau, he can't stop this truth. He wants to, but he can't. Let's go to Psalm 52, verse 1. It says, "Why boastest thyself in mischief, O mighty man? The goodness of Yahweh endureth continually." So why boastest thyself? This is the question. This is to Esau. Why are you boasting yourself? You know what I'm saying? In mischief. And Esau, he loved lifting himself up in mischief. He loves laying snares in private. That's how he get out. You know, oh mighty man, because he think he mighty because he empowered. The goodness of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua endureth continually. So ain't no getting around it. Verse 2. Thy tongue deviseth mischiefs like a sharp razor working deceitfully. So there you go. His tongue deviseth mischiefs. He get on his media platforms, his media's mainstream media, and he lie. He tell all kind of tomfooleries and stuff, and people believe it, and it's like a sharp razor. You ever been cut by a razor before? Sometimes it's so sharp it cuts you, it don't hurt until after you done started bleeding, then it hurt. So that's what's going on with our people. You know, they work. Esau, he works deceitfully. You know. Verse 3, thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness. Salah. And that's how evil get. That's how it's like. I'm gonna say that's how evil get on, but that's how Esau get on. You know, he loved evil more than he loved good, and he would rather lie than to tell the truth. He would rather lie than to speak righteousness, because you know if he tell the truth, he gonna get found out. But he already being found out because you know the word of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua coming out. Last point. Psalms 83. Verse 3. I'm going to start right at the point. Verse 2. For lo, thine enemy. So like for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lift up the head. So Esau, he's making a tumult. He's making a fuss and a noise about this truth and about this righteousness going out around the four corners of the earth. So he's making a tumult. And they that hate thee, Esau's the one that hate the Most High. He hates our people too. Have lift up the head, man. Esau, he getting ready to try and rise up. Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. You've taken crafty counsel against who? The Negroes, Latinos, and Native American. You know, he's consulted against the Most High's children. They have said, not only did Esau himself, he's also convened with these other nations to come against us. Again, they have, it says they, it didn't say he, it says they have taken crafty counsel. Esau and these other nations have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance. And that's what's going on right now. It's still going on. They're still in cahoots. They still conspiring together, trying to cut us off from being a nation. And for a time, the Lord did let the knowledge and the wisdom and understanding of us being Israelites go away, but He put it back in the earth around the 60s, around the time of Abba Biggins. You know, when he was out there teaching, that's when the Lord put the knowledge and the understanding and the wisdom back in the earth of who we were. But these nations and Esau himself have conspired together to cut us off from being a nation, that our name will be no more remembrance in the earth. They was trying to really get us off the earth completely, because we were tormenting them with righteousness. Just like we're back again, children of the Lord, tormenting them with righteousness. They hate it. But in the kingdom, we're going to break all y'all so-and-sos to pieces. You're going to get right. The nations have been harming our people long enough. Especially you Moabites jumping on the Jake woman. We know she wicked and everything, But you ain't got no right to put your hands on her. Just not your child. She's Yahweh Shai. She's Yahweh Shai's child. So from now on, I pray to the Most High, if it happen, I pray to the Most High, if it's a Moabite or any nation, I pray to the Most High, jack them up. Super bad. But let's continue. It says, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom. Wow, he was the first one. The tabernacles of Edom. The Ishmaelites of Moab. Moabites, you Chinese, yeah, y'all. You Ishmaelites, yeah, you Asians, yeah, you Ishmaelites, you Arabs, you know what I'm saying? You Hagarenes, all you Hamitic people, all your tribes. Moab and the Hagarenes, Gebal, Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre, Ashur also joined with them. They have hold-pinned the children of Lot. So all you nations, you Ishmaelites, you Persians, you Iranians, you Iraqians, you Japanese, you Korean, all y'all. All y'all finna catch one from Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Period. For conspiring and hold-pinning, holding our people down into slavery and causing them to suffer the things that they suffer. So you finna get it. I hope you Moabites really catch hell. Yeah, I hate Esau. But it's a judgment coming for Esau. That's gonna be a glorious thing. But you Moabites, and you other weird nations like you Ishmaelites, you Iranians, right? You know what I'm saying? Arabs that be acting weird, especially you crazy looking Hamites. Yeah, pray the Most High put the screws to y'all, because y'all are all together. And y'all convene together to lay snares in private to harm our people, to harm the Israelites. And the Lord gonna get you for that. So with that, shalom.